Hi everybody! As promised, we have a short, unscripted, and educational tutorial video on how to use Snapseed because you're going to love it. The great thing about Snapseed is it helps you recapture the beauty of the photo that you originally took. And if you're like me and every now and then you just completely goof up on a photo, you can go in and fix it, or you can make it creative and artistic and make something out of your bad photo, because let's face it, they happen. So follow me and I'm gonna get you going on Snapseed. So first, I'm gonna show everybody in the world my unlock pattern, and then I'm gonna go to Snapseed. Obviously, I've already downloaded it. It's on my homepage because I love it. If you haven't, go to the Play Store, download Snapseed. It's free. You can afford this. It's free. So then go to your Snapseed. We're going to open up a photo that I have not edited before, and I'm going to show you the 101 on editing. I'm going to go to this photo right here. I took this recently up in Washington State, and we're going to play around with it and make it more like what I remember. So first thing you can do is, if your photo is sideways, go right down here to rotate. And you're going to rotate it around the right way because it's really hard to edit a photo that's upside down. And then check. Then I always go to tools. I go to details first. Keep in mind, there's a million different ways to edit photos. There's as many different ways to edit photos as there are people. This is just how I do it on a photo like this. I go to details and I'm going to bring up my structure. Notice how I change it by moving my finger across the screen, and you'll see this blue bar, which will add or remove structure as wanted. I like to bring up my structure because my eyes capture more clarity and detail than my phone can. Then I bring up my sharpening, quite a bit in fact. Don't worry, I got a fix for this crazy sharpening. And then when I like it, I'm going to press the check mark in the lower bottom. Then I'm going to go to HDRscape. What HDR does is it ups that crispness, it removes a lot of shadows and brings out some crazy colors. But don't go too nutty with it. You might not be pleased, or you might, in that case, get really crazy. I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to check it. Then, this is my secret, don't tell anybody. I go to Glamour Glow. I like the soft colors. I like the look. It's kind of magical. And I'm going to bring on some Glamour Glow. And then you're going to say, hey, wait, that photo is way too dark now. I can go to Tools. I can go to Tune Image, and I can bring up my brightness. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's too much. Bring it back down to where you like it. Then I can even saturate my colors a little bit because I remember how turquoise this water was when I took the photo. I'm going to bring it up. Then I'm going to bring up my ambiance just a tiny bit to where I like it. Beautiful. It's getting there. But I see these branches in the background. I want to bring some light onto those branches. So I'm going to go to Tools. I'm going to select Brushes. I'm going to go to Exposure, and I'm gonna be like Bob Ross. I'm gonna paint some light on those happy trees. Just a little bit there. Give it some touches of light. Now, our dark forest is not so dark anymore. See how I can zoom in on stuff, so I can get right down to that little branch and paint some light on it. And those rocks right there. I'm going to give this a little less shadow. I'm going to bring a little brightness into my water here. Have fun with it, because if you don't like it, this is the cool part. You can, even after you check OK, you can go back here and you can undo it. So you're never going to ruin your photo and get stuck with it that way. You always have the undo button, and you can undo more than one thing at a time. You can go all the way back to the beginning if you want and start over. Trust me, I've done it. So my next favorite secret is I go to lens blur because I like to draw attention to the part of the story in the photo that I think is the most important. Notice how you can change the size and the shape of that. When I get where I think I like it, I touch it again to remove the rings so I have a better visual on the photo. And then I can bring up that blur strength. I can still continue to move my rings and change the shape. Maybe my story's bigger. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna press that. And then I also happen to love vignetting photos. So, see how I can adjust that outer brightness? And I can also adjust inner brightness. You have complete control over this, but you can give it a nice look that again draws attention to the most important part of your photo. There we go. Now, see how in waterfalls that water's often really blown out, it's really white and it doesn't have any definition? Keep in mind you can also go back into brushes. You can go to exposure, and I can even bring that exposure down a little bit. And I can take away that glaring bright white. Pretty cool, huh? All right, I am now happy with my photo. I love it, in fact. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save it. Look at how it goes through all that fun stuff that I did in less than 5 minutes. Then, this is exactly how you do this. You take your photo you're proud of, you go onto Facebook, you choose my favorite cell phone photography group, and you press photo. I'm gonna select my photo, press next, and in the comments, always, always, always include what phone you took it with, and then put hashtag Snapseed with an exclamation point, then hit post. So, as you play around with this, you're gonna get more confident with it, you're gonna get more skilled with it, and you're gonna wanna show us what you're doing because we wanna see all the fun you're having with it. And we so appreciate each and every one of you, and we wanna help you make the most of every single cell phone shot you take. So, post away, we're waiting. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great day.